Yes, I know it's a new measurement. It's the perfect measurement, actually, a crap ton, because you can use it for everything. Well, hello my lovely nestlings and welcome to another best of beauty from trash to treasure. This is the video that is recurring on my channel every month, where I go over all the products that I tried in the previous month and give you my opinion. It is a tier system and I am always having a lot of fun filming this. And if you are new, welcome. My name is Nikki. I'm 45 from the Netherlands, hence the accent. If you love to hear kind of bitchiness about makeup sometimes, if you love to hear about brands that no one else is talking about, if you want to be entertained, and if you are, like me, slightly orcish, then this is the channel for you. Subscribe now, become part of my nestlings, because we are having a blast here on the internet. Yes, slightly orcish, let me explain, it means olive. Let me explain tier system, because I really like my tier system. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, I have 5 tiers right now. The first tier is, oh hell no. Don't really need to explain what goes in that, right? Then the next tier is meh. And it's also kind of self-explanatory. There are products in there that are better than, oh hell no. But they're just meh, meh. And then we get
the Twilight Zone.
Because there are products that I have often that are better than meh, but they are not amazeballs, which is then the next category. So they fall in the Twilight Zone. As I said, the next category is amazeballs. These are amazeballs. They are products that are very good, that I would recommend to you always, but that don't fall in the next category, which is you will have to pry this out of my cold dead hands. And these are the favorites. These are the best of the best, in my not so humble opinion. The ones that I cannot live without are in that category. And the winner of today, this is not tiered, but I do have a winner of today. You will explain when we get there, because I'm going to be dramatic. Yes, because I can. It's my video. Let's just kind of go. I'm actually a very sweet person, but I love to bitch about makeup. So let's start with something in the oh hell no category. This is a product that is, it doesn't work for me at all. Period. It just doesn't, and I will explain in a minute. This brush is included in a mini Metropolis that I will mention in today's video as well, a little later on. This brush, it's such a bad brush. The only thing that's good about it is the color. So basically, let's go with what I do like about the brush. I like the color. I like the shape. I do. That's where it ends. Yes, the bristles are nice and soft, but it tugs on my eye. Also, the hairs are too long or too short. I don't like this brush. I like short brushes. This handle is way too short. Now when I'm trying it basically right now, where my base is set, it keeps dragging. I detest this brush with a passion. Yes. I think that the only thing that I will like this brush for is for kind of blending out my eyeshadow base. If at all. I detest the brush. It's such a bad brush. Let's go to something. It actually just got demoted. It's a blush from MUA and I love their blushes. This is a shade thing. This is the shade Tutti Frutti that I also bought 2 months ago or something like that. This shade, I have such a hard time getting it to show up. Now, I'm not a very dark person, if you're pasty pale, you will like this color. For me, it's on the brink. Maybe if I have my true winter color, which is basically a shade lighter than now, I can make it show up, but I have to I have to use a lot. Maybe it's even, I think it's too yellow actually. I think that is it. I think the color is, thinking about it, I think the color is just too yellow for me. So here it is, pretty much built up. When I kind of blend it out a little bit, this is what it does. So you can see it on my hand, but my hand is also a little bit lighter than my face. It just, It just doesn't really want to show up for me. So every time that I wear this, I feel like I need to add a powder blush. I don't mind adding a powder blush, but I don't want to need to add a powder blush. Does that make any sense? So for instance, what I have on right now is very subtle as well, but it is still showing up. And that's because it has a little bit more substance, a little bit more color than this one. So this unfortunately is going to go in the oh hell no category. But it's not as bad as the brush. The brush is atrocious. I don't know who likes that brush, honestly. Then let's go to the meh category. And in the meh category are 3 things right now. Let's start with the first thing that I have here, which is from Catrice. It's one of their plumping liners, but this is the clear. The plumping factor works. That's why it's not in the oh hell no. So the plumping factor works. That's the fun. And I have a bunch of these and plumping factor works. But this clear, because my lips are a bit older, kind of that edge is a little bit jagged. It's just the way it is. It's not as crisp as it used to be. So I kind of need something to fill in that with color as well sometimes. And this just, it's clear. So it doesn't work. If you though still have a very, very nice crisp line, or you like that more diffused look, maybe you will like this, then the clear one. For the rest, I would just advise to get the colored ones. So it works. But for what I want, it's not sufficient. That is why it's in the meh category. Okay, the next thing that I'm going to mention is a lipstick. It's from I Heart Revolution, from their Corpse Bride collection. And it's the shade Victor. Here it is. And it is just exactly as I said, it's meh. It's not a bad formula, but it's not a good formula either. It's just meh. If you like the color... Yeah, if you like the color, it's a nice lipstick. It's nothing really to write home about. Honestly, if this was Christian Odette prices, I would say stay the hell away from this lipstick. It's way too expensive. But because it's I Heart Revolution, yeah, it's meh. Will I use it a ton? Probably not. But it's also not really why I bought it. It has a skull. It's Corpse Bride. What can I say? But yeah, if you like the color, yeah, it's meh. That was everything that I had in the meh category. Let's go then to the Twilight Zone. And in the Twilight Zone, as I said, there are products there that are they're good products, but they are not amazeballs. So let's start with the product that I actually just moved up from the MAC category because I tried it with a different brush. What can I say? And it's a blush from Essence. It's the blush in the shade Breezy. Now color wise, I really like this color. I think this is a very, very pretty color. If you are medium, you won't see this unless you use it as a blush topper or maybe even a highlighter blush topper kind of thing. The brush that I used it with was a brush that is more open, and I actually tried it right now, just a few minutes ago, with a denser brush, and then it picks up more. I don't have to dig my brush in as much, and I can deposit this, especially if I use it in combination with a cream blush underneath. So that is why it is the first product in the Twilight Zone. I do really, really like the color. I like the fact that I can make it show up enough. Yeah, that's the reason. So that's why it's here. The next thing I am going to go to is... Don't shoot me, please. It's a lip liner. And I am extremely particular in my lip liners. I love the ones from Catrice, the ones that are plumping. This one I bought because of who it's by and the name, and that is from Christian Odette. It's the Mel Thompson collab. It's the Kitten Liner. This liner is here because color wise it's not really what I go for. That's it. So here's the color. It's actually a little bit too pink for what I like. It's hard for me to justify the price. And why do I say that? Because as I said, I love the liners from Catrice, and those are 5 or 6 euro. This was a hell of a lot more expensive. I'm not complaining about the price because there is a reason that I bought this. Waterproof, yeah. I don't know. I thought it would have been blowing my socks off. Does that make any sense? Maybe it's I don't know. I think that the lip liner is very, very nice. I think that when I use it on its own, I don't feel like it dries out my lips. It's just, I don't know, I cannot put my finger on it. But it's also not really the reason that I bought it. It's the Kitten Liner. I needed it. So, what can I say? And I do really like it. I don't think it warrants the price. For me personally, if I just look at the formula of the lip liner. And yes, the formula is very nice. I don't know what I was expecting. I have no idea. And it kind of goes to show, for me at least, that I don't need to buy an expensive lip liner. Maybe that's the best lesson out of the whole bunch. But yeah, I am very, very happy that I have it, and it's not going anywhere ever. Because yeah, you know. Okay, then let's go to lashes. Let's go to these from Vive, the half lashes in the style HL2. Now, I like these, but for me, for what I like in my falsies, these are slightly not it. So I have worn these a few times, but yeah, I like them. And I think that they are worth their money. I think that the quality is very nice. They feel comfortable. But I don't know, every time that I wear them, this particular style is just almost just not it, if that makes any sense at all. It's, again, preference. Let's go to Ace Beauté, to the Classical Paradise, the reformulated Classical Paradise. That's why it's in here. The reason that it is here, the quality is amazing. I love the quality. The reason that it is here is because I'm going to bitch. These two shades are way too similar, and there needs to be a very dark brown in here. And there isn't. So that basically means that I have this one to deepen up also the green, which is not really my preferred. So these two are just so similar. This should have been a very, very dark brown. If this had been a very, very dark brown, it would have been way, way higher. But as it stands, I'm just really, really, really missing that, especially because it's called Soil, or it should have been a black, a very, very deep, yeah, Soil, because when I think of Soil, I think of something that's very rich and dark and almost black, and you know, that's what I think of. Okay, then the last thing that I have in this category is also an eyeshadow palette. It's this one from Nomad, the Home for the Holiday palette. Now, the reason that it is here is because it's an almost all shimmer palette with the exception of the black. The black is a matte, so for me, it's not something that I will use a ton. That's why it's here. The other reason that it is in here is because of these two shimmers that are in here. The black is very, very good. But these two shimmers, this is my perfect red. Well, it's everyone's perfect red, honestly. It is a red that has a blue base, but the sparkle that are in there is an orange red. And because of that, it makes it almost everyone's perfect red. Then you also have this shade, which is called Kaiser. This shimmer, if you're an olive, this shimmer, oh, it's... Do I need to say more? Do I? Do I? That's also why it's here. Because fun thing is that I don't, when I do my eyeshadow, I don't usually pull in a lot of eyeshadow palettes. It's just not how I do my makeup. But for these two shades, I'm going to make an exception. That's why it's here. That's why it is, on the cusp of the Twilight Zone and Amazeballs. The next category that I have is the Amazeballs category. Let's go to the first thing that I'm going to mention here. And these are multi-chrome eyeliners from FiftyFifty Makeup. I have two shades. I have the shade 4 and I have the shade 9. I have used both and these are just so pretty. So one tip though, they are very fine because they are micro pencils. Don't twist them up too high because they can break. So here is shade 9. Can you see? I think you can, right? Shade 9, and then the other one is a more green greeny blue. They are just so fun in the waterline. They just sparkle, they stay all day. These are very, 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 very nice. Yes, that's why they are in this category. I have a discount code, or actually an affiliate code with FiftyFifty makeup. It will be listed down below. These were sent to me in PR. Yes. The next thing I'm going to mention are... next I am going to go to... Let's go to lippies, because I can. From Lethal, I have here a gloss in the shade Paradox. I love Lethal's glosses a lot. I'm actually wearing the shade Nova right now, on top of a liquid lipstick. This shade is just such a pretty burnt orange. And I love the formula a lot. I think they are very nice and comfortable. They're very nice and hydrating. They're not gloopy. They... Sometimes you have it with even with a gloss that you feel that you dry out your lips. I don't have that. These are great to layer. This is my third color. I really, really, really like the glosses. Okay, then, so the next thing that I'm going to mention is also from Lethal. It's their Berlin 89 palette. This palette is so, so good. I love the color story. I love the color story. I can really see the Berlin wall. They have their first multi-chrome in there, which is stunning. The mattes are so, so easy to work with. They not only blend very, very well and very easily, they layer. And what I also notice is that when I, especially when I use the more colorful shades, the pigmentation that they had, the brightness that they had. Because for me, Lethal shadows are a little bit more muted. So if you want to start with color, Lethal is a great way to start with color, because the colors are a little bit more muted. So they're a little bit less scary for most people. This one pleasantly surprised me. And I love Lethal's formula. I just think that this formula is the best one that I have tried from them yet. Because it's a little less soft. It's a little brighter, almost a little bit more saturated, but still very, very easy to work with, very easy to blend, very easy to layer, and the shimmers that are in here are stunning. So definitely, I think this is actually my favorite palette that I have of them so far. And I have a bunch of their palettes. Just saying. Okay. Let's next go to what I have here, which is from Colourpop, which are these two. And I have both on my face. These are from the Tinkerbell collection. This is the shade Magic Moon. And the other one that I have is the shade Happy Thoughts. And Happy Thoughts is a highlighter. And this one is a blush. I have both on my face today. And they are just so, so stunning. I can build this one up. But when I tap it on with a brush, it's just my perfect color. So, and I'm so happy that I finally found a color in the Super Shock Cheek formula that works for me immediately. That I don't have to worry that it's too blue, or don't have to go in too light-handedly. This just works for me. And it's a green packaging and it has Tinkerbell on top. What is not to love? The highlighter also, I have it on right now. It's a little bit more of a pinker. I want to say rose gold almost. The other shade that I have is the shade Wisp, which is a bit more cool toned. No, warmer, but it looks colder. This looks warmer. I don't know. It's just, maybe it's me. But I really, really like that. So now I have two Super Shock highlighters, and I think I have also two blushes. I think that the formula is very, very nice. I don't really like the Super Shock eyeshadow formula, but I really like the Super Shock Cheek products. Let's next go to from Sigil. It's their what is it called? Chestnut Toad palette. I think that the color story of this is so much a wintry chestnut color story. The row that I love the most is the top row. I think that's just so stunning. I really love this palette as a whole. I think it's very, very pretty. And the reason that it is not in the you have to pry it out of my cold dead hands is just because looking at what I have there, it's just on the cusp. I love it. I really, really love it a lot. But I won't fight you for it. Well, I will, but that's neither here nor there. Never mind. Let's go to the next thing, which is also an eyeshadow palette. And this kind of surprised me actually, because I did not think that I would love this color story as much as I do. And it is kind of a curated down version of a palette that I already have. It's from Nomad. It's their Venice Simplen Express palette. This was in collaboration with Ipsy. This is a curated down version of the Orient Express. Now I have mentioned it before, the Orient Express color story I really did like, but it was just not it for me. The line that was there, it made my eyes do wonky stuff. There were a few shades in there that I really did like, and those shades are in this palette. So the shades that I love, this is the shade that I love with a passion. Also this one is very, very pretty. And then the green, the mustard yellow, and then there are neutrals. And I have grabbed this palette a few times now. And that kind of surprised me. And then you would think, well, then you basically play here. No. I played here. Neutral, deepen up, that on the lid. Or that on the lid. But usually it's that on the lid. And I did not really see that one coming. But the shade that I loved the most out of the Orient Express is this one, which is in here. So that is why it's higher. For me, this is just a perfectly curated down version of that palette. So that's why it's here. And I am having a surprising amount of fun with that palette as well. I know, who am I? Let's next go to another eyeshadow palette that I have, which is from Ace Beauté. It's the Tropical Vibes palette. I love this palette a lot. This is a palette that I see myself grabbing for often, or as much as I am able to, at least some of the shades. The palette is an amazing quality. It was so effortless to work with. I loved the shimmers. I love their new reformulation as a whole. This shade Cave, I kind of wish was also in the Classical Paradise. That was the shade that I was missing there. So basically what I'm missing there, I have here. So this is a better, almost a more, I don't know, revamped version for me at least. I love this palette a lot. It's very much me in a palette. But I just kind of had to make a little bit of a cut between this palette is amazeballs, you need to go out and get it, or I will fight you to the death for it. That's kind of the criteria a little bit. Let's next go to a pair of falsies for this category. These are from House of Lashes. These are the Iconics. I have them on today. I really like them. I like the spikiness. I like how they look. I like how they feel. I do need to make sure that I don't angle them too straight though, because they are pretty straight and I kind of prefer a hint of a curve actually. When they are on, they are very nice. I do have to work the band a little bit in the beginning because the band is thicker than I'm used to. That does mean that they're very sturdy though, and I think that I can make these go for quite some time. Personally, I prefer a band that's slightly thinner and falsies that maybe a little bit more curved. So that's why they're not in the, you have to pry them out of my cold dead hands category. But they are definitely a favorite. They're just not holy grail status. I think that's it. Then the last thing that I have in this category is a lipstick from Lethal. This is the shade Arrival. This one, I love this color a lot. I think that this color is very pretty. When I have it on, I always, it's just so complementary to my skin tone. Where are we there? I love the formula of this. I love the color of this. The reason that it is here and not one step higher is because impact wise, this is very complimentary for me, but it doesn't make a lot of impact. And sometimes that is just what I go for. This is one of the lipsticks that I have from them that I use a crap ton right now. And I love the formula as well. It's also with a magnetic closure. I think that this formula is very good. Okay, now we're going to go to You Have to Pry This Out of My Cold Dead Hands. These are my holy grail products. I will fight you for these. Yeah, that is it. Okay, so it does not really matter. Honestly, it's the last one is the winner. Out of the video today, the last one is the winner. For the rest, I love it. I love them equally. Let's go to this then. This is an empty box from The Ordinary. This is the buffet, the supersize buffet. I have repurchased the buffet a crap ton. Yes, I know it's a new measurement. It's the perfect measurement, actually, a crap ton, because you can use it for everything. This is the peptide serum that I keep coming back to. I just need to stop using everyone else's. This is the one that I love. This is the one that my skin says, finally we have it again. So when they had their November sale, I bought 2 supersized bottles because I love this. I will fight you for this. Well, not specifically for the box, but you know what I mean, right? So yeah, it's truly, you have to, I want to be buried with this stuff so I can at least look sexy in the grave. Yes, the next thing that I'm going to show you is, well, this one is the one that I'm using right now, but actually if you have watched my whole video, and I actually don't know which one goes up first, this one or the whole video, I mentioned that I had repurchased these, and these are from MUA Cosmetics. These are their Brow Define Micro Precision Eyebrow Pencils in grey. So this is the only pencil that I use when my hair is silver. I bought 3 backups. I think I have 4. How many do I have in total? I have 4 backup now. Yes. These are the only ones that I use. I also tried this one, which is one of those triangle things, and the color is good, but I don't like the format. I want that precision that I get with a micro pencil. So yes, currently 4 backups. Does that say enough? I will fight you for this color when my hair is silver, because when my hair is silver, I want gray eyebrows, and this is giving me that. So yeah, okay. The next thing that I'm going to mention is going to be a foundation. This foundation is my current favorite. I think it's tied with another one. But it's this one from Lisa Eldridge, the foundation. It's just so stunning. This is shade 16. It's an expensive foundation. Let me tell you how much I love it. I bought a lighter shade. This is a foundation that I do have to say, if you have a dry skin, I think you need to use a hydrating primer underneath. That is my observation. I also love a hydrating primer underneath. I love an oil primer underneath. I don't like a pore blurring primer underneath. It does wonky stuff on me then. And I have to say, I prefer it if my face is shaved, especially freshly shaved. If it's not, I just spray my face with a setting spray, and then we're good to go. I can use this with a brush, I can use it with my fingers, but if I use it with my fingers, I want a little bit of extra slip underneath. Hence the hydrating primer. The finish is stunning. It's not heavy on the skin. I can build it up. I cannot build it up indefinitely. So if you like medium to full coverage, I don't think that this will be for you, but it's not for me. And then especially outside, this is so stunning. I don't mind looking like I'm wearing makeup. But I do have to say that if I just use this and then to even out my skin tone a little bit and then just brows and mascara, I'm good to go. And I don't look makeup-y then, which, yeah, that's kind of a... So yeah, this is, I'm going to go to through my foundation drawer very quickly because I need the room. But this is, if you are older, if you have texture, it's just such a stunning foundation. Now again, if you have a dry skin, just use a primer underneath to give you a little bit of extra time basically to work before it settles. Because if I try this morning, I tested out the new shade that I have and I hadn't done my skincare yet. And it then almost settles a bit too quickly for me to work nicely with. So if my face is too dry, it feels like it basically sucks up all the moisture out of the foundation. It settles quickly and I feel it's getting a little bit splotchy. So that is what I noticed. But yeah, I have that with every foundation. So it's just such a... I hope that she will also do a concealer, because then I need that concealer. It's Chef's Kiss. Yes. Let's go next to the last eyeshadow palette that I'm going to mention. And this is a palette that I thought that I would like. When I tried it, I was like, oh, I really, really like it. But this is a palette, it's a small palette. I keep grabbing for this one. I keep wanting to put this on my eyes. If I go traveling, which I won't, but this will be one that will then come with me. And it's the Mini Metropolis from Natasha Denona. This I will fight you for. I love the color story. I love the quality. Now you may think, oh, you will use the green a lot. Well, that's what I thought, but it's actually not what I do with this palette. I do this one in the crease, then this one to deepen up, and then that one on the lid. Hello, my dear. Thank you. I feel very supported. That is what I do with this one. I don't use. I could, but I don't. And then this one is stunning, but these two, I will fight you for this palette. I will. Honestly, I will fight you for it. Okay, then the next thing that I'm going to go to is a lipstick. And this is a lipstick that when I wear this, I feel so badass. I feel stunning. It's a color that I did not think would be as complimentary on me as it is. Why am I saying that? Because I'm an olive, but I'm not. I am a warm olive, but I'm a delicate warm olive. And that means that muted colors look better on me than very, very bright colors. Very, very bright colors tend to take me over. Which is fine. That's fine. This lippy I bought for a specific reason. It was the collab that it was with, and it was the name. It's from Christian Odette and Mel Thompson. It's the Puffin one. This color, when I saw it, I was like, oh, that's very, very pretty, but it's very, very bright orange. And it will make my teeth look yellow. Let me tell you, when I wear this, I do a neutral eye makeup, or I just do a wing and falsies. I feel so fierce when I wear this one. This is just... Initially I bought it to support Mel's family. And I wanted to try it, Christian Odette. But it's just this color. Honest to God, I will fight you for this lipstick. I can see myself using up this lipstick, which is kind of, especially in my collection, it's kind of saying something. So it's just... I wore it, I think twice in a video, and I got so much compliments. This is just, there's just something about this color that makes it, I don't know, maybe it's more of a coral even than a true orange. It's just so, it's stunning. Stunning, and I feel way more comfortable in this one than in a red, which is kind of weird because I did not think that that would happen. So this, yeah, I will fight to the death. Just saying. The last thing that I'm going to mention, which is the hands down winner of this video, I haven't even used yet. Let me tell you, when I saw this in the new makeup releases, I was like, I need it. I need it, I need it, I need it, I need it. I bought it. I wasn't going to buy it because it wasn't on Beauty Bay. At least not the color that I wanted was on Beauty Bay. But then I wanted another eyeshadow palette, and this just happened to fall in the cart because it needed to come home with me. It's from Paul and Joe, and it is from their holiday collection of this year. It's a lipstick. Let me show you the component. The component is very, very cute. You know? The component is very, very cute. I agree. Can you see what it is? Can you? It is a cat in a Santa hat. Need I say more? Will I use this? I don't think so. But I will fight you for it. I was thinking about, shall I then get the other shade to try? But... then I was like, yeah, well, I have two lippies that I will not use. And even though it was not a heap load of money, it's just I purely only bought this because it is a cat in a Santa hat. And I want my Ginger to be in a Santa hat, but he will probably kill me in my sleep. So yeah, that's the winner of the video. A cat in a freaking Santa hat. It just compliments me. Yeah, what can I say? What can I... That is it for today's video. Yeah, let me know if my reviews were helpful. Let me know if you enjoyed today's video. Let me know down below. Let me also know if you have any of the goodies. Maybe you very much disagree with me. Let me know down below. And then this is going to be it for today. Thank you so much for watching. If you've made it this far, leave me... We don't have a cat in a Santa hat, do we? Leave me then the cat and leave me the Santa or Mrs. Claus. Whatever to represent the Paul and Joe cat in a Santa hat. It's just, there could only be one winner. Honestly, yes, I am going to wish you a fantastic day, a fabulous evening. May your foundation always match your neck, and I will see you very soon in my next one. Bye guys.